Scandalous Los Angeles TV. Y'all need to go check that shit out, because that nigga be dissecting shit.
Scandalous Los Angeles, man. You the truth, my nigga. I swear to God.
Scandalous TV, Scandalous Los Angeles.
Shout out to Scandalous Los Angeles.
Scandalous, nigga, Scandalous Los Angeles. I just waited till we come in.
Shout out to Scandalous Los Angeles TV.
No, you the truth, Scandalous Los Angeles. Hey, you my favorite.
Scandalous don't even know. I was really depressed until he did that shit, playing with my family.
We'll be exposures. Oh, West Side Crip, nigga.
Shout out to all them dudes, man. Scandalous TV, I'm gonna give you a shout out, Scandalous TV. This is 600. The best to do it and get away with it. Hey, make sure y'all shout out Scandalous TV. Like, share, and subscribe. See y'all soon. Let's get it.
Scandalous Los Angeles TV, some motherfucking loot.
I got you. You did your job, bro. You did 60 diss videos against me. So you got it.
Scandalous Los Angeles TV.
Expose these nice ass niggas that think they somebodies.
Shout out to Scandalous Los Angeles, man. We finna jump into this content without no further ado or don'ts, man. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up? We live for all the out there. What's up? Y'all want to be famous? Here you go.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. The walls keep closing in on CS2 back, you guys. His snitch coat is being pulled in every direction. Just the other day, we heard the Wheeler County court clerk say she was just gonna keep quiet and plead the fifth when it comes to Porky's gun case, being dismissed in the interest of justice.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that.
Well, today we're gonna be listening to Reggie Wright, because we also spoke to him the other day. He let us know that he himself questioned whether or not Porky had worked as an informant for Greg Kading. On his live the other day, Deuce M's asked Reggie if he was going to stand on the statements he made regarding CS2 back.
You going to stand on you telling me that suspect WACK100 being an informant for Greg Kading? I ain't never said that. I never said that. So you got some audio, because I'm sure you was taping our phone call.
Just to put a little paint where it ain't, there was more than one phone call. There were 3 phone calls in total, and I was on all 3 of them. The first phone call, Reggie told us that he asked Greg and Dupree if CS2 back ever worked as an informant for them. He tried to act like he couldn't remember Dupree's name, though. At any rate, Reggie said he asked them if Porky worked as an informant for them, and Reggie insisted that Greg and Dupree emphatically tried to convince him that, no, he did not. The conversation went on for about 2 to 3 minutes, and out of nowhere, without anyone asking him, Reggie said, "Do you guys want to know why I believe that Wack might have been an informant?" Then he said, he became suspicious when he noticed that Wack's name was changed in Greg Kading's paperwork. He didn't say Greg's movie, he said Greg's paperwork. Before anyone could ask him the obvious question, which was, what was the name changed to? Reggie said, I don't know what his name was changed to. That was on the first call. The second phone call, Reggie said that Wack's name was changed in Greg Kading's movie. Remember, Reggie said all these things to us, believing that he was being recorded, which means he wanted to make sure that this info came out about Porky.
Because I know how you do, and I have never said that he was an informant. Well, you use the word suspect. I did. Okay, let me just clear that up then, since you want to talk about it. I've had ex-cop friends of mine was WACK100 an informant on that case, because I noticed in the murder rap, either the book or the movie or something like that, or maybe Unsolved, that they changed his name. And he was one of the few people whose names got changed in the show of either Unsolved or Murder Rap. And they didn't use his name. And I think they didn't change, they didn't put Stutterbox name. So Stutterbox, Wack, and Teresa Swan, they changed their names, and they didn't use his name. And I think they didn't change, they didn't put Stutterbox name. So Stutterbox, Wack, and Teresa Swan, they changed their names.
What lady?
Teresa Swan. She's one of Suge's baby mamas.
Mrs. Swan, we've got a search warrant.
You want to tell me what this is about?
You're in a shitload of trouble, Teresa.
So, as you guys just heard, Teresa Swan's real name was used in the movie. When we spoke to Reggie the second time, he told us that there was only 2 people whose names were changed in the movie, and he told us that CS2 Back was one of them.
Hey, how about some good news? Yes, please. Got a new informant, courtesy of Justine's friends at the Bureau. Might have some info on Suge. Your friends tell you any more than that?
They say he's come through on some things, but I'm still vetting him. Name's Percy Locke.
The woman that brings up Stutterbox is also the woman that CS2 Back was talking about when he said he met Stutterbox at Stevie's, and he brought an undercover FBI agent with him, talking about kilos of cocaine.
I'm being recorded. Hold on, Box. Get the paperwork. Box, check this out. You had at Stevie's that night. When I went up to the federal building with my attorney to get my files, they was there in flat jackets, bro. That's a fact. The light skin was in there with a FBI flat jacket. So I don't know who had what, but I didn't care. They're talking about she out here to meet with Suge. Meet with some nigga to get some birds from New Orleans. She here, I had a Suge plug. I went to valet. I went to the fake bathroom, hit the valet. Box, you called me asking me where I was at. Did you not? Where you at? Yeah. Box, started talking greasy. I got up out of there, homie. I told you that.
Wack, they faked his ballpark. They had me thinking you were trying to lie me a dog. They played both sides against the middle, Wack. And I told you I was trying to line you, nigga. They played both sides against the middle.
Stutterbox went public and admitted that he went to the police to put some protection on his family after he was kidnapped, robbed, and pistol whipped. What Stutterbox has not went public and said, though, is that he was working with the FBI to help them lock up Marion Knight. He's never publicly admitted that he brought an FBI agent with him to meet with Porky. He told us that he went to the police after Del Dog had him kidnapped.
And I almost lost my life. My wife almost lost her life. My Rolls Royce got shut up like 30 times. And I stayed, I stayed moving around, but they threatened to kidnap my niece, she's 12 years old, and my nephew, and they was babies. And I made a conscious decision to put some protection on my family, because I know I supposed to kept it in the streets, cuz I supposed to kept it in the streets. What I did was totally against the grain, but me as a man, I can live with that, because little Stutterbox got killed, my little homie, and I couldn't go to Thanksgiving to my mom's house, and my sisters and brothers is there, and all my kids there, and their kids is not because of me, cuz. And did nobody go to jail, get sent to prison? I just put some awareness to the situation so a nigga keep the hurt off my family.
He never told us the events that led to him working with the feds to lock up Suge. This might be one of the only things CS2 Back has told us the truth about.
Okay. Let's set up a meeting with this Mr. Locke. This can't be our guy.
Detective Caden.
Caden. Aaron Dupree. Nice whip.
You gonna take it for a spin?
Some other time. Have a seat. So, Percy, we hear that you can tell us what Suge Knight's been up to these days.
It ain't music. Tell you that.
And what is it?
Drug game. Yeah, Suge in deep.
In deep's not gonna cut it. We need details.
They moving kilos. Colombian coke through Mexico, up and down the West Coast. For proof, you go check into that truck driver that he done partnered up with. Truck driver that he done partnered up with. Truck driver that he done partnered up with.
What's in it for you?
Oh, I did a lot of dumb shit when I was a young, and I'm just trying to make it right.
That and you get 10% of whatever cash we confiscate. That and you get 10% of whatever cash we confiscate.
Really?
Detective Dupree just told Stutterbox that he gets 10% of anything that is confiscated from CS2 back. So Greg Kading is saying to everyone watching his movie that Stutterbox was being paid by the feds to set people up. Stutterbox did tell CS2 back that Greg Kading's whole movie and book was a lie. Box should do an interview explaining to all of us exactly what happened. The point of all of this is to show you that Greg Kading, for some odd reason, changed Stutterbox's name from Robert Ross to Percy Locke.
What's this truck driver's name? 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 What's this truck driver's name?
Alonzo Zoe Scott. Alonzo Zoe Scott. Alonzo Zoe Scott. Criminal history is minor, but he has been linked to the Bloods, which arguably links him to Suge.
There's nothing in this guy's jacket that yells dope smuggler.
True, but he does own a big rig.
Which could just be for trucking.
What do you think? Well, we already know that Sugar's a two-time felon, so if we can jam up this guy's Zoe, get him to flip on Suge, then that's strike three. If we can jam up this guy's Zoe, get him to flip on Suge, then that's strike three.
There were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
If we can jam up this guy's Zoe, get him to flip on Suge, then that's strike three. Puts him in the crosshairs of life in prison. Leverage like that, he might just tell us what happened to Biggie.
Because of this, a man with a background in law enforcement like Reggie believed that CS2 back was an informant. So much so that he went to Greg Kading and asked him. He's letting all of us know that Porky is CS2 back. We all knew that it was just a matter of time before Reggie paid Porky back for trying to bail out Keefy D.
And I asked them that, but like I have always told you, that they have always told me, emphatically told me that WACK100 was never a snitch or an informant on anything regarding that case, regarding Suge Knight.
So Reggie said that Dupree and Kading said that Wack was never an informant. We all know that Greg has been protecting Wack because he's a 137.
Okay? You understand that the FBI, and I think that's probably a good way to end this part of the discussion. Back then, when I was working this case, there were two types of sources that the FBI had. A 270 source is somebody that's willing to testify. They're willing to get a break on whatever the situation they're caught up in, and to try to get a break, they're willing to testify. They have to testify, or we would not open them up as 70 source. Okay? Period. The other type of source is what we call the 137 source, and that's somebody that's not willing to testify, and we will never divulge their information, and we will never state whether they were an FBI source or not. And the reason for that is for a couple reasons. One, it's not only to protect the source, but two, it's to show sources out there that when the FBI gives their word, when they want somebody to cooperate, if that person is willing to cooperate, but they don't want anybody to know that they're cooperating, they don't want anybody to know the kind of information they're providing, or what the reasons are that they are providing the information and cooperating, that we will never divulge their name. That includes even in front of a judge. Okay? Now that's a pretty strong relationship that the FBI would have with what we call the 137 source back then. Okay?
So that's no big deal. The big deal is that in Greg's entire movie, he only changed two people's names, Stutterbox and CS2 back.
And I'll stand on that. And that is what I told you. So if you have some audio of me, I'm sure you do, saying anything differently, then please release it. Because then I'm definitely a liar then.
So there you have it. Reggie is finally beginning to expose CS2 back. Greg Kading changed Porky's name to protect him, but Porky wanted fame so bad that he told everybody he was in Greg's movie. CS2 Back lied to the world and told us that he helped free Shaq, Del Dog, and 6 other Main Street Crips. Let's listen to what Greg Kading has to say about this, and let's hear why he says the case was really dismissed.
Well, first of all, Shaquille was not charged with anything. Shaquille had nothing, there was no charges or anything against him. It just, the whole issue between Stutterbox and Del Dog stemmed from Stutterbox's attempt to extort Shaquille. So those guys, the gangsters from Main Street, took it upon themselves to go and kind of discipline Stutterbox and do whatever they're going to do, take care of that shit on the streets. Discipline Stutterbox and do whatever they're going to do, take care of that shit on the streets.
So Greg, being a detective, just said that Stutterbox was disciplined by the Main Streets, which is why Stutterbox went to the police. So Greg just admitted that Stutterbox did indeed have a crime committed against him. Keep that in mind.
And from that grew the case against the Main Street guys. And it had a lot more to do with, again, it was a whole gang investigation with narcotics and different types of criminal activity that the investigators were looking into. So with that being said, what did end up happening? A bunch of guys got arrested. I don't know if there's half a dozen or 7. I'm not sure of the number. They were all getting charged. And Stutterbox testified that he was not an informant. So what I did, because my friends were involved in that case, Christian and Darren Dupree, I knew that they were going to get pulled to the stand. And so I said, hey, Stutterbox has perjured himself. Whatever you do, don't go get up on the stand and deny that Stutterbox was an informant. Because now that you've got Stutterbox committing perjury on the stand, that whole case is now in jeopardy because the primary witness has lied. And so I contacted the district attorney and I told him, hey, this guy is a CI. I've sent him the paperwork, and said, I hate to see your case go to shit, that your primary witness is lying. He basically kind of ignored the whole situation. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to see Dupree. I don't want to see Christian. I don't want to see them getting wrapped up in this bullshit. So I contacted, I think his name was Liddell Rawls. I think his Del Dog. Anyways, so I contacted, I think his name was Liddell Rawls. I think his Del Dog. Anyways, I contacted the defense attorney and I said, hey, just so you know, I don't want to see my friends get wrapped up in this bullshit with Stutterbox. Everything he touches goes to fucking, everything. He's a very dangerous person to be around. Insofar as he's manipulating anything and everything and everybody. And they said, so you know, he is a CI. He's an assigned informant, the LAPD, and if that's it. And so he contacted the DA, told the DA, listen, there's paperwork here that says that this guy's an informant. He just perjured himself. They went to the judge. The judge says, what do you guys want to do? And the DA says, let's dismiss this case. I can't start my case off where the first witness, the primary guy, is already committing perjury. The case was dismissed. It was just that simple. Box fucked up the whole case by himself by saying that he was not an informant.
So earlier we heard Greg say that Stutterbox was disciplined by the Main Streets, admitting that Stutterbox's claims were true. But for some reason Greg Kading says he took it upon himself to contact Del Dog's lawyer and let him know that Stutterbox perjured himself when he said he was not an informant. Greg said it was a whole gang investigation, but he didn't want to see his friend Dupree and Christian have to take the stand. I'll let you guys come to your own conclusions on that. Before I end this, I do want to ask Stutterbox a few questions, though. First question is, what did you do to make Greg Kading hate you so much? He admitted that you got disciplined, but also admitted that he went out his way to make sure your case didn't go through. I thought police wanted to put so-called criminals in jail. For some reason, he didn't want the people who committed a crime against you to be prosecuted. Instead, he wanted everyone to know that you were a signed informant. We all can see how much he protects Porky. Why does he treat you the total opposite? Second question is, when did you start working with the feds to lock up Suge? Next question is, when did CS2 Back move across the street from you? Or did he live there before you did? Last question, You told Deuce M's that CS2 back corroborated Greg Kading's story, saying Poochie killed Biggie.
Kading, I did 4 years in the face. I did Greg Kading sent me to prison.
Right.
He got on the stand and sent me to prison. Because after the niggas did what they did and Wack knew about what they did, they couldn't take them to jail because they would have had to involve Wack. So Wack had to give him something clean. Wack gave him Poochie from Compton.
Poochie for Fruitown Paru.
He the one killed Poochie. No, Poochie killed Biggie.
Right.
For sure. And Wack knew the inside information. He gave it to Greg Kading. Greg Kading closed his book and made Wack look like a hero.
So,
can you please tell us how you became aware of that?